So in this video, I'm going to talk about how money could make you happy, how money makes you happy, right? Before I get into it, I would need to define happiness, right? And I'm going to give a general definition of happiness that most people would think, what is happiness, right? So a general definition of happiness could be a feeling of contentment, a feeling of joy, a feeling of pleasure, or just experiencing something satisfying, having a satisfying experience. Some people might think happiness is being successful, or they get lucky in a certain situation and they are happy, right? Some people might describe happiness as a feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction with their entire life, right? So some people would talk about like the present moment of like feeling happiness, and some people may describe happiness as like an overall feeling about their life in general, right? So that's like a general definition of happiness. We as humans, we experience both positive and negative emotions and feelings and moods or mood change, and that will show that we cannot constantly be happy. We cannot it's impossible to be happy every moment, every second, every hour, right? That's impossible, right? Happiness could also deal with different situations in our life, like how satisfied we are with the different parts of our life, like relationship or work or achievements or whatever else may be important to you. There will still be ups and downs, and even in these areas in your life. So some people may think of happiness and they think that it's an ongoing thing that could exist in life every hour, every moment, every second, which is not possible because you're a human being, right? So that's like the general definition of happiness and just some ideas about happiness. I have my own definition of happiness, and I'm going to use my own definition to explain how money could make you happy, right? You might have heard your parents, grandparents, and older generation talking about money cannot make you happy. Well, let's get into this. My definition of happiness is having the opportunity to relieve stress, to avoid stress, to relieve or avoid worry or any type of frustration or in almost all aspects of your life. It's being able to improve your life in every way, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, without restrictions. Happiness to me is living comfortably and effortlessly in most situations, It also means to me that you are able to create chances to be joyful, to be in a state of pleasure and contentment without any limitations. That is happiness to me, right? And I know that there's some things money can't buy, which like money can't really buy feeling that your life is meaningful, right? Feeling that what you are doing in your life is valuable and that you have a purpose in life, right? Money cannot directly buy that, but even though, if you think about it, money can help you get to a place where you can find your purpose, and get experience to know what your values are and to like live your life in the way that you want to live, or do the things that you want to do that would be meaningful to you, right? Money cannot buy meaningful relationships. It cannot buy that bond or special connection that you could have with friends, family, romantic partner or something. Money cannot buy like unconditional love and care from another person. So those are just two things that are really important in life to feel happy that money can't buy. But even though money could give you the opportunity to meet a romantic partner, to improve your relationship, you could go to therapy and all. Well, I will not really get into that, but what I want to do now is to mention some ways money could make you happy according to my definition. So the first one is paying your bills on time, and even paying your bills before time, and not avoiding stress and avoiding complaining about all your money going to bills. And with money, you just pay your bills and you move on with your life. There's no stress, there's no complaining, there's no worrying about most of your money going to bills, right? There's no stressing and complaining that things are too expensive and you're having to look for the cheapest food and you're having to look for the cheapest household items and you're having to look for the cheapest whatever you need. There's no complaining, stressing about that, right? And then maybe you're purchasing and you will be having to see many things that you need and many things that you want, and you will not be able to buy them. That causes stress, that causes frustration. So if you have the money, you just buy what you need, you move on with your life without stress, frustration, worrying, right? And it's like without enough money, every time you get your salary, every time you get paid, you go through this emotional turmoil of trying to budget or trying to be frugal or trying to make ends meet almost every time you get paid. That is stress, that is irritation, that is worry, right? And you could feel really annoyed and confused about how you want to spend your money or how you're going to spend your money, because it could be agitated. You could be agitated, or you could be panicking that you would not have enough money to survive because there's this lack of finances constantly, and that causes stress and that causes worry, right? So when you have money, you avoid all of these stresses, and then you could get to focus on things that you want to. You get to put your attention on other things that could be meaningful to you. That is one way how money could make you happy, right? According to my definition, the avoidance of stress, worry, and frustration in almost every situation, right? The next way money could make you happy is that you could take care of your physical health. You could buy healthy foods, you could buy vegetables, fruits, lean meat, healthy snacks, whatever you want. You could and not have limitations, and not seeing healthy foods and complaining and not being able to get them and not being able to buy them to make yourself healthy, right? Other things, you could get medical attention. Whenever you're sick, you could get medical attention. You pay for your medical bill, you move on and you're fine. You don't stress about if you get sick, you don't stress about if you need to resolve any problem physically. You move on, you buy your medication, you could go to different specialists, and you could heal yourself and move on and not worry and stress about medical bills, right? With money, you are able to do checkup often. You should check up yourself. Obviously, we're talking about physical health, and you should check your thyroid function. You should check your cholesterol. You should check your liver, your lungs, and just to get an early detection of any kind of potential illness that you could have. So you just know early on if you have any abnormalities like lying inside your body. So when you have money, you could do all of that. You could be healthy. If something happened to you, you could detect it early because you're checking up on yourself, right? So by checking up on yourself, you're able to see if there's any symptoms of any fatal disease like cardiovascular disease, respiratory disease. Like these things could get really bad. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and other digestive problems. You could detect these things early, and if you need medication and treatment, you can afford to take care of yourself and move on, right? There's no stress when it comes to health and to take good care of yourself. And that is how you feel happy, by being able to do this, right? When I'm saying about happiness, being able to do all of this, I will feel happy, right? Doing a whole body check, maybe once a year, or how much ever you need, monitoring your health, going to the dentist, going to eye specialists checking everything. And by being able to check everything without worrying about the cost, or not having enough, or not having money at all to do this, that could cause stress and frustration and worry, right? And sometimes we could get injured. You need to take care of our injuries. You might have aches and pains going on in your body. You might need physical therapy. Almost everybody needs physical therapy. You might have like random sharp pains that keep bothering you every single day, and you just never go to therapy because you don't have the money, right? You might have to do surgery. Maybe you sit in a position doing the same work every single day, long hours. You will need therapy. Maybe you stand long hours doing your work. You will need therapy. Maybe you stand and you move your body and you lift things and you pull items. You still will need therapy, right? You still will need therapy doing all of these things. Maybe you go to the gym like me every day. I will need therapy because there could be different injuries going on. You need therapy. Maybe you want to join the gym. You could hire a trainer. You don't have to figure things out by yourself, right? Maybe you want to be healthier. You want to be healthy, but in a fun way. Okay, you pay for dance class. You pay for aerobics. You pay for swimming class. You pay for cycling or whatever it is. You could be healthy physically, be active, have a healthy lifestyle without worry. You could pay for anything, right? You could pay for a chef to make your food so you could stay healthy and don't get obese, right? That is how you create happiness. That is how money could create happiness, right? That is from my perspective, right? Maybe you want to improve, okay, you're healthy, you just want to improve your appearance. You think you might be ugly or you want to change something about yourself, improve your appearance. Well, you buy the best sunscreen, you buy the best face wash, serum, face cream, oils. You could get treatment for acne, for scars. You could get steroid injection, you could get chemical peel or whatever. Soft tissue fillers in your skin. Anything, you could get surgery if you're into that, if that's something you always wanted to do. You could get surgery. You could have your teeth done. You could have your teeth whitening. You could do gum contouring. Might have a lot of gum and it's like maybe you think it's unattractive. You could do that. You could do tooth contouring. You could fill gaps in. Maybe you have space teeth. You fill that gap. Whatever it is, you want to lift, you want a facelift, you could do it. You could improve your physical appearance. You want implants, you do it. You want liposuction, you do it. You want to reshape your nose, you don't like how your nose looks, you do it. And you move on. You want hair transplants, you do it. You want to get rid of, you have hair loss problems, you get the best treatment, you do that. You buy different hair. Whatever you want to do to improve your physical appearance and be healthy, be physically healthy. You can do that without stress, without worry, and that is happiness to me, right? And the next thing I have is when unexpected expenses come up, you won't be stressed. And I told myself, maybe you shouldn't talk about things that you have not experienced, and I kind of changed my mind. I'm not talking about having money in a way where I used to have a lot of money or I have a lot of money. I was never in a position or I never experienced having a whole lot of money to do anything that I'm seeing right now. So I'm not talking from my experience in this video. Most of my videos I'm talking from experience. I kind of wanted to always talk from experience because that is when you really know about something. But for this video, I'm not talking from experience. I'm just using my mind and thinking, what is happiness to me? And to have all of these things and not stress is happiness to me. So the next thing is unexpected expenses. Don't stress you. Things come up. Unexpected strains come up on your budget. You could lose your job. You could be unemployed. You could have a medical emergency. Your car could break down. Your pipe could burst. You need plumbing in your home. Something electrical emergency in your home. Anything could pop up. And it's just unexpected and you will not be stressed. If devices break down in your home, you will not be stressed. Especially if you probably was saving and making many different sacrifices, you saved a lot, and then something unexpected come up, like your glasses break or someone died and you have to pay for a funeral, or your pet gets sick, you have vet bills, you have like tax increase, you have maybe there could be a fire, there could be a flood, there could be a hurricane or a storm, and something happened to your home. These are unexpected things that could happen to you. There's always devices that need replacing. You need to maintain your home. You could get in an accident. Your car could get in an accident. You could get ill. You could get injured. Your phone could break. Many things could happen unexpectedly. And when this happened, you would not be stressed and frustrated that you need to use your savings to repair something. Or maybe you might not even have savings. It could be that bad. And you just need to like move on with life and patch things up to the best of your ability, right? And the next reason why money could make you happy is because you could get a better social life. When you have, I would believe, and I could imagine that when you have money, you would not be isolated or lonely or whatever. You could be able, even if you go out to eat. I could remember one time I went out to eat, and I was worried. I could not enjoy myself. I don't think I've ever really enjoyed myself when I went out to eat, because you're wondering if they're going to split the bill, or you kind of want the bill to be individual, and if you like ask for that, that's kind of embarrassing. You just don't have fun when you don't have enough money going out. So like having to worry about the bill and selecting the cheapest thing on the menu, selecting the cheapest food, selecting the cheapest drink. That's not fun. I never enjoyed that. That is not fun. Not being able to get dessert because of the limited amount of money you have, not being able to leave a tip. Though that's not fun. Going out to eat, getting the cheapest stuff, not being able to leave a tip, worrying about if they split the bill. I mean, somebody might be ordering many things and drinks, and you're worried you don't have enough money. It's not fun, right? With money also, talking about social life, you could be able to travel to different countries, see a different lifestyle, meet new people, go to different places like Thailand or China, India, Europe, London, whatever, Paris, Rome, any one of these. You could go, you see the lifestyle, you meet new people, you go to many events, just have a different experience in your life, right? Next thing, you could buy the clothes that you want to feel confident. Sometimes you might want to change up our wardrobe, or we just want to have a type of style that we want to, a type of style that will make us feel confident, and we want to like do a makeover or something. You could be able to do that, right? And when you go out, when you have your social life, you feel when you go out, you feel confident because this is the style you like, this is the clothes you like, and you afford it, and you have fun and be confident. And talking about not being isolated or feeling lonely, maybe your friends are in a different country, you could fly to them. Maybe you want your friends to come to be with you in your country, you could do that. Things like that. You could do thrilling activities that you always wanted to do according to your personality and what excites you. You could go bungee jumping, you could go skydiving, you could go kayaking, you could, I don't know, you could launch off of mountains or whatever you want to do, hike, go on roller coaster, learn how to surf, and just do survival training just for fun, where an instructor could like show you go out in the woods and they show you how to survive in the wildlife. Maybe you want to do something like that, and having money could make you experience anything and not be isolated and not feel lonely because you don't have enough money to socialize, to go out and to do many events that you want, right? The next way that money could make you happy is that you don't have to be devastated about not getting to do the things that you want to do, or not having the things that you want. Obviously that would relieve stress and frustration. Like You might want to start a new business, but obviously sometimes when you start a new business, you need funds to start up, right? Or you might want to invest, or you might just want to move to another country. These are things that could make you happy, and not being able to do them can make you feel frustrated, sad, and annoyed. Maybe you just want to build and design your own home. Um, maybe you want to, maybe you like a certain type of alcohol. You could buy whatever type of liquor you want. You don't have to keep buying the cheap stuff. Maybe you want a car, or maybe you want a new job, or you want to switch career, or whatever. Maybe you want to get married, or you want to have kids. Some people, they're not having children right now. It's too expensive. They can't afford. Can't afford to get married. You can't afford to get children. You can't afford to buy a car. You can't afford to build a house. You can't afford to many things. Start your new business. Invest. Maybe you start a new business, it failed. You could be like, okay, that didn't work. You move on to another one. Or for example, maybe you are on social media. You might not know how to like the business part or the marketing part about being on social media. You could just hire people to edit your videos, post your videos, make shorts, do whatever, upload your videos and edit them, and you could grow on social media faster than if you're doing it by yourself. That's just one example. So without money, you will just continue to worry, to be annoyed, to be agitated, and just like frustrated by keep having to tell yourself like, no, I can't do that, no, I can't have that, because you can't afford it, and you have to keep coping when you're just not having what you want, or you're not being able to do what you want, knowing that there's no way to do what I want right now, or just it's just devastating, to be honest, right? So those are ways I believe money can make you happy. According to my definition, having the opportunity to do all of those things would make me happy. To me, happiness is not a constant feeling of joy, or a constant pleasure, like chasing pleasure, or chasing events trying to feel happy. No, it's more of a fulfillment, and it's more of removing stress, frustration, and worry. That's when I'll be happy. And those are the things I just mentioned. That could make me happy. It could make you happy, not having to worry about when something break, unexpected things happen and break, and so on, right? So happiness to me is avoiding stress, is avoiding worry, is avoiding frustration in almost every situation that could come up in your life. Avoiding and reducing the stress and worry, right? Living comfortably, living effortlessly in almost every situation, being able to create the chance to create a state of joy when you maybe travel, or you eat different foods, you explore different cultures. That is giving yourself the opportunity to be joyful, to be happy, to experience pleasure, to contentment without limitations. You could fly where you want to fly. You could go where you want to go. You could fly your friends to where you live. You could fly out to see your friends. Anything without limitations, without restrictions, right? But yes, as I mentioned, money cannot. It cannot buy the feeling of fulfillment, or the feeling like knowing that your life is meaningful, and knowing that what you do matters in the world, and knowing that you have a purpose in life. Money cannot directly buy that feeling of fulfillment or meaningfulness, but obviously it could help you to reach there, I'm thinking, right? And yes, it cannot buy unconditional love. It cannot buy a bond with someone. It cannot buy like meaningful relationships with other human beings. It cannot buy that, but it can give you the opportunity to meet new people, and it could give you the opportunity to learn about human beings and go to therapy, fix yourself, fix your relationship, or whatever. But it cannot directly buy the unconditional love and the connection that you could have with someone, right? Just to mention that. So that's the end of this video. That's how money could make me happy, and that's how money could make you happy also. You can't be happy 24/7, right? Moods change, feelings change, There's positive emotions, there's negative emotions, there's ups and downs in every situation. You cannot be happy all the time. But these are some things that I believe can, like when situations come up and you're able to deal with it freely and effortlessly, and deal with it one time and not worry, relieving stress, so you could get, your attention would not be always on not having enough money, on not being able to purchase things, on feeling this constant stress and annoyance when you can't do what you want. You could get that attention and focus on something else that is meaningful to you, like your purpose, like your goals, and so on and so forth. So that's the end of this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and see you in the next video.